Welcome to another episode of Redeemed Otaku, your hero questing podcast
Whoa,
for discussion and reviews on all things anime related and other nerdy related things from a Christian worldview. I'm Bex, and we have Encyclo with us. Go ahead and say a word.
A word.
And then we also have returning to the show is Jere the Bear. Go ahead and say a word.
a word as well. I'm Jere the Bear. This is Titus, also known as 100 Cookies.
Yep.
Excellent.
Wait,
Yeah.
I can tell you that story.
Welcome.
Definitely need to hear it.
Yes,
one.
let's hear the story. Let's hear the story. 100 Cookies.
All right now.
Yes.
All right. So Leo, he got into creating Miis on the Wii U,
Mm-hmm.
and he made a bunch of weird Miis. Anyway, one day
course,
he
as
came
you
up
do.
to me. Yes, no, I did it a bunch as a kid too. He came up to me and he asked me if I could name a Mii 100 cookies for him. Anyway, I did it, and then one day I was just looking through all his Miis, and I came across it, and it was just so ridiculous. I just died laughing, and that's become like my speed
Nice.
running name online
Nice.
persona thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
stuck.
he didn't have any reasoning for the 100 cookies. He was just
Oh,
coming it out of his
Kid
10-year-old
brain.
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Oh, would have been, how old would he have been at the time?
Maybe like 5.
He's only 7
5.
now.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
100
much for
cookies.
100 cookies. Can you eat 100 cookies? That's the question.
Pretty sure he can.
Right.
It depends on the size of the cookie, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, probably if they're the crumbles, you're not gonna make it through 100 of them. That's a
No,
pretty
certainly
tall
not.
order.
Or like the Cookie Crisp cookies.
Those definitely, I could probably do 100 of those. That's
Yep. Well, welcome back to the show. We wanted to bring you on, per your suggestion, Jer,
Yeah.
to talk about one of your favorite nerdy things that you indulge in.
Yes.
from time
yeah.
to time.
Yes. So, we titled this the Hero Questing podcast, which is, I think, a wonderful title for given what you like. So take it away. Tell us what you want to talk about.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the beginning. And if you have any thoughts or
Story.
comments, just interject.
We will interject.
Yeah. So this HeroQuest is a board game. It's a tabletop board game, but it's not quite as in depth as like D&D. And I think that was the intention. It came out originally in 1989 and 1990. The 89 was the Europe release year, and 1990 was the North America release year.
It's an oldie.
It's an oldie. So, and I read,
But not as old as D&D.
True.
D&D
No,
has
definitely
like
not.
12 years on it.
That's true.
But that's it. That's the interesting thing is I read not that long ago that HeroQuest was originally intended to be the target demographic was like 9 to 11-year-olds, and that was my demographic at that time. And I don't know that I knew about it right when it came out because we didn't have things. You had to see the commercial on TV, which is actually how I heard about it.
Right.
Looked really cool because the kids
Remember
were sitting
those
around
kids?
playing. Yeah, like where are they now, right? And the goblins and orcs, and it just looks like it was a fantasy type board game. And I didn't know a lot about that stuff, but it definitely appealed to me. And so at some point in time, I acquired a copy. I don't know, 11, 12. I'm not really sure exactly when I got it.
Okay.
Probably got it for Christmas or my birthday. I don't remember. I just remember having a copy and playing it with friends. And I always loved it. I always thought it was so fun, so cool. And I knew that there were expansions too, but I never acquired any as a kid. But yeah, the game was just so fun. I never actually played all the way through the quests as a kid. I think there were 14
Yes.
quests in the
14 quests.
original
Oh.
the original game. At
I
least
didn't
it
realize it was that extensive back then.
Yeah,
I thought there was
sure.
like a couple expansions,
No,
but
yeah,
wow,
no.
that's
I'm just talking
something.
about. I'm not talking about the expansions. I'm talking about how many quests
The-
are in the original. Quest book.
Oh, the original
The
quest book. I
original
got you.
game. Yeah.
I'm like,
So,
wow.
and I
That
have.
would have been crazy.
We'll get into it, but I have the whole collection of what I have back here on the bed.
Nice. With your original?
With the the original that I have is not my original,
Okay.
and I'll come to that in a minute.
Okay.
Well, I'll just tell you now. So, I had gotten rid of it for some reason. I'm thinking probably due to some of those convictions that we were
Right.
supposed to have
Harry
about certain
Potter is
things.
the devil.
Yeah.
In fact, if you recall, I won't say names of anyone, but I was best friend with my pastor's son, and my pastor was hardcore about those kinds of things. So I actually got him to play, not the pastor, but the son. But we intentionally changed the magic to like text or something like that, so that we could get around saying that we were playing a game that had magic.
Right. As long as it's nanobots, it's
Right.
okay.
Yeah, we kind of chrono triggered it. Yeah.
I've heard that story a few times.
So it was like a fire tech and a whatever tech, healing tech or whatever, and that's kind of how we got around it. But I'm assuming I can't
awesome.
even remember that it was based on those types of thoughts that I shouldn't be playing this, that I got rid of it. I'm assuming because
Sure.
I don't think I would have gotten rid of it otherwise, but I got rid of it, and then years later it kind of came back up. I'm like, man, I wish I had a copy, and it was, I want to say, not long after Bonnie and I got married. It might have been before. It was either right before or right after, but she bought me another copy on eBay for probably about $100, and that's the original copy that I have now. But it's
Okay.
full. I have everything. Like, it's not missing anything. So
Yeah, that's
Nice.
awesome.
it's as far as those sets go, it's in good shape and in good condition.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I always played that game when I could, and then got rid of it, and then all of that, and then of course there's a lot of stories I'm sure that we can tell about how we played a lot of it in Indiana. Up there visiting.
You'll have to jog my memory because I remember playing it, but I don't remember how we were introduced to it.
Well, it was a situation where he talked about it all the time.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I used to play this game. I loved it a lot. And your mom, and Bonnie's mom, found it on eBay or at a Goodwill or something. I can't remember where she found it, but she got it for a really, really good price. It wasn't $100. It was a really good price, and snatched it up. And it was a complete set. I think we still had to punch out some of the things, if I remember correctly.
I think
so.
you're right.
Yeah, I think we had to punch out some of the props, and we did that one afternoon. We all got together. I feel like it was like a snow day even. Like, I think you guys were visiting, and I feel like I even called off of work because there was like 3 feet of snow on it. It was a ridiculous amount of snow. And yeah, we punched it out, and we sat around and played for a couple hours.
I think we played one campaign out of the book.
Yeah.
One or two. But then Encyclo decided that he was going to make up his own campaign.
Which you can do. It's like D&D where you can write your own
do that.
adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
have the blank quests in the back that you can fill out yourself.
Yeah. So he spent probably about 2 hours setting up the board because you utilized the entire board.
Yes, I made sure everything was like
as
stacked.
many pieces that you could. And man, it was an advanced quest.
Yes.
The challenges you threw at us, it was an advanced quest. And I don't remember if we all made it out, but I know that a few of us made it out. So
well, I wanted my idea behind creating that was to create a high stakes story, but also to make it so you all got to participate all the way through. You didn't know I wanted to make it so you would participate all the way through, but I had unique items in there that would allow you to even like resurrect somebody or something along those lines. So
I think you tailored it to make it difficult, but you're savvy enough where you could change your own rules without us realizing that you were changing.
As it went, I DM'd. I didn't change rules, but as it went, I was DMing, and I'm like, okay, so that particular thing that I had set up is not going to work. You guys didn't know that I made those alterations as I went, but I would make those alterations just to make sure the game flowed and didn't get stuck or bottlenecked.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was, our introduction to it. And so yeah, so continue with your story then.
Well, yeah. So I'll talk about the system a little bit first. It's a neat system. It's pretty simple compared to like D&D or something like that. And obviously, as Encyclo was explaining, you can customize it and you can make it what you want to make of it. In fact, I have never tried it, but I've read that people have made D20 versions of it, like rules to play it with a D20. Even when we played, just to allow more people to play, because technically it's a 5-player game or up to 5. You have the DM, which is known as Zargon.
Zargon.
In North America, Morcar in Europe.
Why did they make that change? I don't even know.
No, there
So
probably
funny.
is a reason, and somebody's probably documented it somewhere, but I haven't come across it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I looked that up and I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I know. There has to be a reason.
They do that though with some of these. They don't do it as much anymore, but it used to be real prominent in the 80s and 90s with nerdy stuff, especially where, just I don't know, like certain things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, certain of their episodes weren't allowed to be aired in Europe or in England because of the violence or something, where it was perfectly fine in America, and then other things that were allowed in Europe or Japan or whatever were totally banned in the US. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, it is weird.
And it's weird stuff. It's stuff that you wouldn't expect that would cause it to be banned or whatever. But yeah. Anyways,
That still
sorry.
happened today.
Yeah, Titus was
it
talking
does.
about some things like that just
Yeah.
before we started recording. Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Yeah.
It probably had to do with like red food dye or something like that.
Maybe.
All right, so it's designed, where you have the DM, and then you have 4 heroes, which originally is the barbarian, the dwarf, the wizard, and an elf. And the elf is kind of cool because he has a little bit of magic, but he's kind of strong too. He's got some strength. And whereas the wizard is heavy magic but really weak, it's typical in terms of those types of things. But
Mhm.
It's what we call a glass cannon.
yeah, but it
I think I was the wizard. Was I the wizard?
Oh, really?
I was either the DM or the dwarf.
I think I was.
Always a dwarf.
And there so like, just for example, there are 4 categories of spells. Each one has 3 cards, and the way you're supposed to do it is the wizard. So elements, 4 elements, and the wizard chooses one element, and then the elf chooses an element, and then the wizard gets the rest. But I kind of like to play it where the wizard just chooses 3. It doesn't have to go by certain element, Anyway, that's just a customization thing. But you can kind of do that. So it's fun where you can just play strictly by the rules, or you can kind of change things as you go. And one of the things that we did when we played up there with you guys, so I have that D&D board game, Wrath of Ashardalon, if you remember. And
Oh yeah.
and I would bring the characters and their little character cards, and we just kind of try to implement that so more people could play, because it gets a little it can be tilted too far one way if you have 10 heroes, but but at the same time, Zarkon can beef up his forces or whatever too. So
in this room there's 30 skeletons. Oh crap.
Hey, we've come across some situations like
Literally
that.
every square is a skeleton.
We had Leo make his own quest
Oh
one time.
no.
Yeah.
That
It
young
was
man
pretty
is psychotic.
Every time you open a door, there's 10 creatures or 10 bad guys right there waiting for you.
Not even exaggerating. Like that happened multiple times.
Every
Great.
room. Oh
That's
man.
great.
So let's see. Anything else to say about the old HeroQuest? Just there were. Oh, I lost my headphone. There were several expansions, and again, I never had any of them. I did know of them, or at least some of them. I just never acquired them. So I'll fast forward a little bit into the remake. So all these years, I've always kind of held a candle for HeroQuest. I've always thought it was so awesome. Well, actually, let me go back just a little bit. So that was 89, 90. So there was a company, a game company in Italy, I believe, who was making a 25th anniversary version of HeroQuest, and it was kind of their own thing. Like the art looked different. It was this exact same game. Like they didn't really change any of the mechanics or dynamics of the game, but it looked different. The art was, but I thought it was kind of cool. I came across it, and it was a little too late when I came across it. They were doing crowdfunding. It was fully backed, like over 1100% backed, or something like that, like crazy backed.
Clearly
then,
interest in the
and they were making like nice, because for example, in the original HeroQuest, like the doors were cardboard and went into a plastic stand, and they would bend easily, and all the little creatures and characters were plastic, so they lasted for the most part, except for the gargoyle whose wings would always break. That happened to my original set. But so anyway, they were making some really, I saw pictures of it, looked like really good quality game, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, I want to try to get it. Then come to find out, so it was supposed to be released in December of 2014, like Christmas time.
Okay.
Come to find out, they didn't have the rights to so it was originally Milton Bradley and Advanced or Games Workshop that produced it, and for whatever reason they didn't have the rights, and so there's all these legal battles, and they basically shut them down. And so I found just the other day, I found some kind of blog or something keeping up with that's just as recent as November of last year.
Wow.
And I think people are still trying to get their money back or trying to
I
get
would imagine that would
even
me.
I mean, we're going back, well over 10 years now, for something. And it's too bad it didn't work out, because I did think it was kind of cool. Yeah. So, but with that in mind, so Hasbro and Avalon Hill came back in, I guess it was 2020. It was either late 2019 or 2020, and they did a crowdfunding to remake HeroQuest, but this time, looking much closer to the original. They changed some things in terms of the way the box looks and how it all fits, but the art they updated the art, but it was the same. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It looked very similar. It was just like updating what was already there. And I have all that here. I can show some of that.
Well, they're
if we need
to. If a startup Kickstarter company is, generating this money, we need to get a piece of that.
Clearly.
So the cool thing was, I think if I recall, the prices, there were two tiers. There was the heroic tier, which got you the base game, and then the two remakes of the two expansions, which were the first two original expansions, Kellar's Keep and Return of the Witch Lord. So you could get, that was like $99. You got all of that. And then the mythic tier was $150, and you got that plus another box that had 2 extra quest books, like 2 totally different new expansions with some other extra characters, extra cards, extra tiles. I'm not even sure of all of it. And this was another interesting thing, is when they did the remake, they made they released the elf as a female character.
Okay.
So in the extras box that I'm talking about, you could get the other genders of the other heroes. You could get the for example, the female barbarian, but you could also get the male elf. And then there was also some extra characters beside that. There's a druid, a bard who was like an orc, I think, and then
I'm confused at the bard. Even
I know. It's and then there was like 3 extra characters. But the only way
an orc bard would sing nothing but metal.
Yeah, probably.
So the only way you could get that is to do the mythic tier. Well, here's the thing. By the time I found out about this, it was all too late.
Yeah.
And so by the time that I'm trying to figure this out and acquire these things, actually, so the crowdfunding was done. I don't think they had released the game yet, so I kind of kept track of that. Eventually, I was able to purchase the base game and even the expansions, but the extras box I couldn't get. And the only people had the whole box, right, with all the stuff on eBay, $1,000. Yeah. That was kind of the going price forever. And it only recently, I think it was maybe last year, I actually basically just bought the whole thing again with the extras box for like, somewhere between $350 and $400.
Oh, still steep.
It is steep. And so, but I already had the remake and the 2 expansions, so I doubled what I had there, which I gave to 100 cookies here. but I kept the extras box for myself. So I have all of that. And then they started releasing more expansions, and most of them are again remakes of original expansions.
Sure.
Some of them are new material, which is kind of cool. And then they also did something cool where they started releasing extra characters, where it's purely just like a male and a female character of whatever it was, and then their cards. So we're talking like $15 retail. So the first one they did was called Commanders of the Guardian Knights, and they were just knights. It was a male knight and a female knight with their little cards that go with them that show their skills and their stats and all that. And I guess they didn't make enough or whatever. And again, I find out about this stuff, after the fact.
Too
And
late.
so, yeah, where I could have gotten it for $15, now it's about $750.
Oh
on,
my
Why aren't you
goodness.
following this
eBay.
page on?
What in the world?
Well,
What is going on?
Crazy.
I just didn't know they were producing those things,
Wow.
In fact, so one recently actually sold for $750, or maybe it was like a reduced price, like $725, but it was in that zone. And then somebody had one to bid, starting bid at $400. But then the other ones that they've come out with, which I actually have, I was able to purchase them for the retail price. Was one is the rogue heir of Elithorn, which is another elf character, but different than the original elf and has some like special skills, kind of cool.
Nice. I did Rogue.
Well, and then the other one
Oh,
is
pretty
Path
nice.
of the Wandering Monk, which features a monk character,
Monk is really
and
good.
that's the one that 100 Cookies likes to use.
Yes.
It has some really cool skills, and it has a kind of a cool dynamic built in where what you after you use it, you can't use it for a while until it resets when no monsters are around or something like that.
So it's basically kind of like magic, but it's more of a skill. And yeah, there are 4 of them. I can use any of the 3, and then I gain it back whenever there are no monsters around at the start of my turn. And there's
Nice.
the 4th one is special. It like does a bunch of damage to a lot of enemies, and I can only use that after I've used the other 3. So
And then
it's
so
pretty
there's
fun.
one card, because so if you recall, some of the actions that you can do is search for traps or search for treasure, search for secret doors.
Right.
Does it do all 3 of those?
It does traps and secret doors.
Okay, so
in
there's one card,
action.
one action that does all of that, so you don't have to split it up into different actions.
Nice.
So they have those expansions, and they also came out with some really cool dice sets. Unfortunately, to make money. I don't know what the reason is. Probably a money making thing where you had to. So it would be like, here's the expansion, but if you want the dice, you have to buy those separately. They're different colors and whatever. I'm not spending $34 on a set of dice. I think, and the HeroQuest dice are kind of unique. If you recall, they have.
Encyclo totally would have bought the dice. I can see it
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I would like to buy the dice. I just don't want to spend the money on
Yeah,
it.
I
And
hear
some
ya.
of the expansions came with the dice, which is cool.
Well, given your previous history with this game, what's going to happen is when you finally decide, man, I think
really
I want
the
those dice. They're going to be like $1,500
I
for a single dice, and you're going to be like,
I know.
oh, buddy, it's going to be a tight month this month.
We're eating ramen noodles for the next
I
week and
know.
a half.
That's tight.
Peanut
Next
butter and
3
jelly.
months, I got to buy some dice that I could have bought for $30.
I don't think a lot of our family would mind ramen noodles.
But one of the most recent expansions actually has so originally, you remember the dice are white with black. The little symbols are black. These are black dice with white, so it's just reversed. So we actually kind of use those together because I've kind of put the dice together from at least a couple of sets so that when we're all playing, we don't have to. There's enough dice on the table for everybody to reach and grab it instead of give me the dice, So that's fun. That's fun. And the original HeroQuest, the dice were wooden, which was kind of cool if you recall that.
Oh yeah.
And the little shield for the
Forgot about that.
for the bad guys, which was their defense, they had to roll that to defend against anything. There's a little running joke: if you turn it upside down, it looks like an evil bunny. Now they changed something on the new ones where it doesn't look like that for some reason. So it's kind of a
Bring
bummer
back
that
the
they
bunny.
changed that. They need to bring back the bunny, but they're like
Bring back the evil
t-shirts.
bunny.
Yeah, I know. There are t-shirts that have that little symbol, with the from the bunny perspective on there.
Well, I mean, we're recording this the day before Super Bowl 2026, in which Bad Bunny will be performing. So,
Well, make sure you send me pictures of those. I'm gonna splice it into
Yeah.
the
Yeah, definitely.
video.
so
here.
is Games Workshop still involved?
No, it's just Hasbro and Avalon Hill as far as I
Okay,
know.
so they
Yeah.
allowed it to be licensed because it was. So I have a lot of interest in that aspect of it. Games Workshop back in the early 80s kind of got their start by supplying like monster manual type stuff and different things for D&D games. It was to enhance your D&D because hey, we have these really cool monsters that D&D manuals don't have, and oh, we've got these really cool figurines and stuff like that. And then they kind of started saying, well, we can kind of do our own game. I think there was some back and forth between whoever owned D&D at the time. Maybe, I don't know if it was Wizards of the Coast or not. I haven't looked into that, but there was some back and forth, and they were finally like, well, we can just do our own game. And that's where Warhammer came from.
Yes.
And so HeroQuest is kind of a modified Warhammer Fantasy. It's some of the same monsters that you'll see, some of the same names that you'll see. It's pretty interesting. And then, of course, I have a lot of interest in Warhammer 40K, which grew out of Warhammer It wasn't called Warhammer Fantasy. It was just Warhammer back in the 80s. But 40K came out from that, which was basically orcs and elves in space.
In space.
Cool. But yeah, I think that's really fascinating. So they must be giving up their licensing to Milton Bradley entirely, and I think Hasbro owns Milton Bradley now.
Well, a couple of things there. So not long after the original HeroQuest, Games Workshop themselves put out Advanced HeroQuest, which looks very similar. The characters look similar, but it's a little bit more complex and almost a little bit more D&D like, and heavier into the Warhammer lore, I think.
Sure.
I've never played it. I've never owned a copy. I've only seen it online, so I have no real experience with it. Just know what I've read about it. But that's one element that comes out of that. And then, for example, with the remake, you remember the little Femir is how I guess you would say it. Femir, the Fimir, those little one-eyed characters with the mace that you would fight against, in the original HeroQuest. Well, in the remake, they got rid of those and they replaced them with a character called Abomination, which has the exact same stats, but they kind of look more aquatic.
Got it. So the Femir must be
it's a Warhammer
owned property.
It's a Warhammer creature.
Yeah.
Okay. And so there were issues there, so they had to change that.
How interesting.
So there's a lot of connection there. I don't know all the details.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because things like orcs, for an example, are just fantasy creatures.
Right.
I'm not sure if I honestly don't know if the word orc was around before Tolkien. I think Tolkien might have coined it. I'm not 100% sure about that. Goblins were definitely before Tolkien. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that like every fantasy world out there has orcs,
Nobody owns the word.
It's pretty interesting. And yeah, nobody owns that. But then like Hobbit is a Tolkien property. That's a Tolkien name. So hobbits, you don't see them in fantasy. You see halflings.
Right? Yeah.
Halflings are okay, but hobbits are not, So it is interesting when you look at those like weird little IP things.
Yeah. Yes, there's a lot of connection there. In fact, I'd love to pick up a copy of that. And so I mentioned Advanced HeroQuest. There was also I don't know exactly how long after it came because it looks exactly the same, but there's Advanced HeroQuest from Games Workshop, but Milton Bradley, I don't know if Games Workshop was attached to this or not, but they also put out HeroQuest Advanced, which looked exactly the same. I think it just had more. And in fact, it has I've never played it. I've seen the map for it, but there's a quest called The Dark Company, I believe is the name of it. And it requires 4 game boards to play. Although I've just read that people were actually able to play it just with one board by recycling rooms. So that's another kind of
Huh.
cool thing. I'd love to
Wow.
actually play that. That would be a lot of fun.
That'd
Sounds
take up a
like-
lot of table space.
Yeah, you'd have to or play on the floor or something,
Yeah.
I wonder what Uncle Encyclo could do with 4 boards.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm sure. If you
I don't know.
recall,
I
in,
haven't tried doing
It
anything
would
like that in
be
a while.
a week-long
Yeah.
campaign.
Oh well, one of my. So I've always wanted to play D&D, and I've played it via video game and stuff like that, but I've never actually played a D&D campaign. And I've always kind of one of my dreams ever since I was a kid, really, is to play D&D with a group of friends and just have it just be an ongoing thing. Like,
yeah,
here we are. This is our world. We
Every
go into
week
that.
You go do it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely could see myself getting into something like that very, very easily.
yeah,
So going back to the Games Workshop and the connection with D&D and kind of how all of this grew out of that. What's interesting is, I think, am I wrong? I think Milton Bradley's owned by Hasbro now.
that may be the case. That may be the case.
Sorry, I'm Googling.
Fact check.
Google.
Fact check
Google.
time. Let's play some music.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't.
Yep,
Oh.
it is. Okay. So Milton Bradley is now owned by Hasbro. And Hasbro is putting out so they own the rights to HeroQuest US, which is how they are able to put out HeroQuest. What's interesting is that Hasbro also owns a company called Wizards of the Coast, who owns all the rights to D&D.
Yes.
So it's kind of come full circle.
Right.
Quite literally. So they're putting out HeroQuest and they're also putting out D&D. What's also interesting is Wizards of the Coast prints and creates magic, which means with all of their extended universe stuff,
Yeah.
they could theoretically come out with a HeroQuest magic set, and that would be pretty cool. I would buy
be
that
cool.
for sure.
Interesting.
So let's keep our fingers crossed with that. That they own all that IP. Why not, right?
Nah, they're gonna just
I'd
keep
much
going.
rather them not. Much rather them do that than the upcoming Turtles set, for
They're
an
gonna
example.
do G.I. Joe, and
They're doing
they did Transformers.
yes, yeah, they did. But Transformers
Troubleshooting
wasn't
time.
a regular
that's
set.
not
It was just
nice.
part of
That's
a regular
true,
set,
that's
just like
true.
the Jurassic World.
You're right. You're right.
So I was okay with that.
Yeah.
It's these like Spider-Man, Avatar. Avatar was okay for what it was, but I was kind of burnt out by then. But Turtles, seriously, they're coming out with Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Star Trek
Oh
magic.
yeah. You don't have internet. No, you do.
That's not. It's not magic at that point. And I
Uh-oh.
love Star Trek.
Mm.
Hold. Are you guys still with us?
Can you hear us?
Uh-oh. We might be having some technical
Oh boy,
difficulties.
you got tired of me here.
They're like,
tired
we
of
don't
hearing
want to
me
talk about magic.
Oh,
Why
okay.
is
We don't want to talk about
Are you there
magic.
now?
We're here to
I
talk
know.
about
Oh,
HeroQuest.
there we go. We were having some technical issues
I
or
don't know
something.
what just
else.
happened.
All right.
I just got
Welcome
new
back.
internet, and so I don't know what happened, but
who knows?
Okay.
hopefully we're
alright.
good. Okay, I think we're back.
All right.
Yay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Yes, Magic HeroQuest would be awesome.
We're down. All right.
Yeah.
Hasbro, Hero Call.
Yeah.
Do it.
We know you're watching this video.
Do it.
That's great.
So, some other interesting things about it, and I have a couple of different topics that I can bring up. But one thing is that a lot of people have kept it going over the years through just a lot of homebrew quests and stuff that they've made. You can get on. Do they look frozen?
Yeah, you look
Yes.
frozen.
Oh no. Are we
We're
having issues?
frozen again.
You guys there?
Yep.
Yep.
We're here. Where's Elsa?
Right. Let it go.
What the issue is?
I don't know if they accidentally hit the internet or something.
I accidentally hit the internet.
Hold on.
All right.
I'm gonna open the door and see if I can.
We can hear you guys fine, so you
Yeah.
are connected. I don't
Yeah,
know
we
if you can hear
you.
us,
It's just
but
the video. You're frozen.
I think we can't hear him now either.
So I'm gonna wipe my nose. This one will record fancy editing. Why did my music? Oh, there it is.
Mhm. They're frozen in time. This is like that movie where some horrible disaster happens on the other end, but we don't know it yet.
Right?
And so this is the last image
This is the
we
last
see
we see of
of our
oh,
beloved
no.
family. Oh, geez.
Oh no. Completely lost them.
Not the earthquake of
No, it's like
2026.
alien invasion or
Right.
something.
I don't know what happened to the internet.
Hold on, I gotta change the microphone.
Oh, hi. What's up?
An alien invasion didn't happen on your side of the world?
Can you hear us?
We
Yes,
can. Can you hear us?
I don't know. It must be on our side here, but I'm not really sure what's going on. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. That's okay. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We were just saying that maybe you got abducted by aliens or an earthquake or
Right.
something. That
Oh, that'd be
Sasquatch.
fun.
It's all right.
Skunk Ape showed up.
Tornado came through.
That's it.
Whoops.
Probably.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So I think you were beginning to talk about some other topic.
The homebrewed
Yes.
thing. So many people, and I have a list here. Okay, I have a lot of cool things that I found, and there are probably so many more things that I don't know about. Like you get on eBay, Etsy, Amazon. You just type in HeroQuest. There's all kinds of fun stuff that comes up. There's little mini travel versions of HeroQuest that people have made. There's like a large grippy mat that would probably be like really big that you could play on the floor or something.
What?
But lots of different quest books that other people have made, and not just one or two, but like several. You
Wow.
know, where if I were going to purchase these things, I would probably just need like thousands of dollars. I've come across Extra Quest, Ultra Quest, Heroes in the Quest, Sunday Quest, Dungeons Quest, Lions Quest, Cthulhu Quest, Encyclo,
Oh.
Homebrew
yeah.
Quest.
Sign me up for that Cthulhu quest.
Fan made cards. I found some that were based on the Witcher characters, and I'm a big fan of the Witcher book series. So I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't want to spend the money on it, but definitely kind of. So there's all kinds of fun stuff out there that people have made. Another cool thing that
That's cool.
that Hasbro and Avalon Hill did is I guess it was early last year, it was about a year ago. They released it's the same base game. It's HeroQuest, but it's called First Light. And I think it's new quests, and it's kind of the same story as the original, but I think they just kind of remade the quest and told it from a different perspective or something like that. And it's intended to be it's a smaller box. The hero characters, and there's a dragon character who's not in the original. They're all like the good, solid plastic, quality creatures or characters, but then everything else is like it's nice, it's very well made, but it's like thick cardboard in a plastic stand kind of thing. But the board is the same size. Oh, that's another thing. The board is a little bit bigger on the remake compared to the original. They actually went with like 1-inch squares, so it's a little bit bigger. But the First Light, the board is the same size as the new remake, but it actually has a second side on the underside.
Oh, neat. That's a good idea.
So there's one, because that's the one that we are playing through as a family when we play. And so there was one quest that we did where there was like portals, and it would portal to a different room depending upon
that quest was crazy,
how you rolled or something. I don't remember the details, but just a lot of fun things that you can do with it.
Or the dungeon master would like ask us what number we want to do, and then that would send us to a certain location.
Us to a certain portal. That's
per
right.
portal.
And also there's an app for HeroQuest, and the cool thing is you can use the app to play as the dungeon master, to play as Zargon, and he kind of opens everything up and shows you. So you've got your board set up, and he says it'll just show you what's next, because maybe I didn't explain it, but in HeroQuest you kind of open up the dungeon as you go. We have some background noise from Leo.
He's singing back there.
I had to open the door a little bit. Kind of open things up as you go, so you don't see everything. It just kind of opens up. So he'll tell you, put this furniture in, put these creatures here. So he kind of keeps track of that, and it kind of, you know, if you're limited on players and somebody doesn't want to be Zargon,
Sure.
then it kind of can take that place for you, which is kind of cool. I've also wondered, like, hey, could we play online if we use the app together and just to keep track of where everybody's at or something like that?
would be
Like that would be something to experiment with. That
It's
would
a
be fun.
feature they need
Yeah.
to implement.
And interestingly, Bex, your sister Bonnie, has become fond of playing Zargon recently.
She shows no
But
mercy.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask.
No
I actually was
mercy.
kind of waiting for the right break in to ask if
Yeah.
Bonnie was playing Zargon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she actually
Zardoz.
enjoys
She
it.
plays to
Whatever.
win. She
Zargon.
will
Zargon.
defeat us if she can.
Zargon.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So that's fun. And so we're playing through First Light, just the quest book, just still reusing the actual remake. But that was intended to be a cheaper, easier way for people to get into it, and you can buy it at Target. So it's not just something you can buy
neat.
like GameStop or a game store. Like you can actually buy it at Target, which is where I bought it.
Mhm.
And then let me think here. So the app. So what brought this up as far as a topic of discussion is my experience with this was kind of interesting. So I'll tell you about it. But the latest expansion I received is Wizards of Morcar. So Wizards of Morcar was originally a Europe only expansion.
Okay.
And from what I've read, like that was like as a North American, if you could get a hold of that, like that was the thing back in the day. So on Hasbro Avalon on their website or their app, I have their app on my phone because I would keep track of, because I got sick of what we talked about,
Right.
how things would come out and I didn't know they were coming out, so I tried to get ahead of that. So like I knew something was coming out.
I was gonna say, pay one of your kids $5 a month to
Just
double check on the
Yeah.
website for you.
No, I check it. I always say I check it almost every day.
There you go.
So that's how I've gotten word of several of the expansions. And but interestingly, so I kept checking it and nothing came up for a while. So I got on Amazon, I just typed in HeroQuest and Wizards of Morcar came up as a pre-order. And this would have been back in November, maybe. And so I was a little surprised because it wasn't coming up on Avalon. It never did on Hasbro. It's the Hasbro Pulse app. It never came up on there ever. Still is not on there. And I'm like, okay, but it was pre-order and I didn't necessarily want to order it yet. I wasn't sure. And my birthday was coming up. And finally, at some point, I mentioned to Bonnie, I just said, is this something I'm getting? And she basically had tried to order it, but when she got on there, it wasn't available. You know, they had too many pre-orders that come in and they didn't have any available. So I'm like, but she said, so I'm not going to get that. So I said, okay, so I'll just start working on it myself. So I would check it every morning before I went to work. And one morning, I think it was December 11th, it just happened to be available on Amazon.
Wow.
So without a whole lot of hesitation or thought, I just snatched it up and I bought it
now.
Yeah, and I did that. And as soon as I did, I went back to the item page and it was unavailable. And I have not seen it available since. And it's not even, you can't even pull it up on Amazon right now.
Wow.
Now you can go to like Entertainment Earth or other game websites and you can still find it. It still says order to be released in March, but I got my copy already. I got it in January.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. And so I got original expansion, a remake of an original, originally hard to find in North America. And I got it even before all the other pre-orders, I guess. So I don't know how that happened.
That's awesome.
But so I keep checking. Nothing else has come out since then. But yeah, man, it's such a fun game. We still enjoy it. Oh, I make everyone play on my birthday because we have a couple of people in our household who don't care to play as much, but at least four of us like to play and two don't really. But even now, sometimes when we're just like, hey, let's do something, we'll be like, hey, let's play HeroQuest, and we'll break it out, do the next quest. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And hopefully next time we're up there, maybe we can play some more. So just a fun game. Not as heavy as D&D, but with the expansions and some of the stuff and more characters, you can do a lot more with it now too than you could before. And one thing, Encyclo, that I picked up from playing with you as Zargon, was how you could customize it a little bit, because you would be like, oh, all of a sudden the ground is shaking, and then something that you just made up on the fly happened, where but whether it was good or bad, whether it helped you
Right.
do your quest, it made it that much more fun, which is fun. And I think that's the whole is to have fun, spend time together. So yeah, you can be a stickler to the rules if you want, or you can just be a little bit more open with it and kind of do what you want with it.
Well, the rules are there to move a narrative. It's a story, is the way I would look at it. And sometimes you need to grease the wheels to make the story move along, so
Right.
people aren't just stuck. Because being
Exactly.
stuck in a game is not fun.
Right.
So you want it to be exciting. You want to tell the story, and you want to kind of move things along. So that's all that I never wanted to make stuff up to make it hard for you guys.
Sure.
Or hurt
But
you or something like that.
I mean, you got to have some challenge, though, right?
There has to be
that's
challenge.
part
Absolutely.
of the thing.
And there has to be stakes. If there's no stakes, the story is pointless.
Right.
Every good story has stakes.
Right. Yeah, it's like the three. So, and it's fairly simple. You can roll and move and do an action, or you can do an action and roll a move. And some of the actions, you can attack a monster. But if the room is clear, or the hallway, the corridor, you can check for traps, secret doors, and treasures. And that kind of gets repetitive. Like, okay, I'm going to check for traps. I'm going to check for treasures. And so you want to find things to maybe break that repetition up a little bit.
What's really fun is when we forget what we've checked for. So we check for things multiple times.
I can't remember if we checked for.
Keep a little notebook with you.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Well,
what was that game we just played recently with Chet Manley that was actually kind of similar in some ways to HeroQuest, I thought. Not exact. It wasn't identical. Wow, it was a zombie thing. Like Dead of Winter. Was it Dead of Winter?
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've looked into that. Looks cool. Yeah.
You should try that. It's not by any means like HeroQuest, but it had some similar mechanics, I thought.
Sure.
So I think you probably would get a kick out of that for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've looked into that one. Yeah, I haven't purchased it, but I've been interested in it.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy that just based on the fact that you like HeroQuest. I think you would enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd get a lot out of that.
Yep. Well, let's see some of this stuff. You said you have.
Okay.
You have it? Yeah. I'd kind of like
Take a
to
look at the collection.
Anything you want to see first?
So let's start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning. All right, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Might not be able to pull everything out, but at least the boxes would be cool to see.
He's been waiting to show off his collection.
Of course. That's the whole fun.
That's what nerds like to do. You
So
want to see my nerdy thing that I like?
Here's the original HeroQuest board game.
Man, look at that fantasy art.
1989, 1990. You can just kind of see that all over it, and you'll see the difference when I show you the remake. It's it's very similar, but they definitely where you kind of have this like Conan guy, almost kind of Eastern European looking, it kind of changes, and that's fine. But
one of the things that Bex and I love doing is looking up corny old barbarian like type fantasy films on Amazon and stuff, and we will watch those. They are so much fun.
Here's the board, and the original board is just it's just 2. The remake, it's actually folds up into 4 because it's bigger. So and where it says HeroQuest here, it's actually I think on that side, so they put it in a different spot, which does kind of change the dynamic, because this kind of tells you this is Zargon's perspective,
right,
in the quest book. So you kind of have to memorize. Okay, it's on the particular side. One thing I was going to show, just because I'll show the other in a minute, was the Warhammer creature that they changed.
I haven't seen this stuff in a long time.
Yeah, I know. We haven't played the original in a long time. So here's the let me get him up here.
And you got him really up there. Yep. Oh yeah.
Probably kind of shadowy, but
it's like a little kobold or goblin or something.
Yeah. So that's the creature that they took out. And that's the only major change, I think, really. And then the furniture, I'll just kind of show a couple of those just for the sake of.
I always thought the furniture was pretty cool.
Furniture was cool.
It is cool, and for its time, it was definitely cool.
Those
And
doors
so
are
you got
nice.
like the open and closed doors, which is just a cardboard, on a plastic stand,
Yeah.
fairly simple, but they did have a tendency to get bent.
Yeah, especially the open doors because it was
Right.
just that cardboard arch, and
Very
you're like,
weak. Yeah, it didn't have a
it
lot of
doesn't have much
structure
to support it.
So, that was the original, and it was fun. It's still fun. I actually wouldn't mind. And that's what we play when we're up there because that's what we have. And Mom always talks about getting rid of that copy. I'm going to sell it. But then she has a yard sale. She's going to listen to this and she's going to get mad. She's not going to get mad at me, but she's going to be, but she'll have a yard sale, but she won't even let anybody look at it if they're not willing to spend like $100 or something.
Yeah. She has
So
she has
knows
her price on it firm.
She knows,
Well,
she knows that it's valuable to us.
Right.
Too,
She knows that if the right person looks at the box, they're going to want it. But it's got to be the right person. So she doesn't want the wrong people to be messing around with it, because usually the people who look at it who don't know what they're looking at are kids.
What she wants is the person who wants to buy it to own it,
right?
Not the reseller.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to sell it to somebody who's going to flip it.
Right. And she doesn't just want a kid to come and
Yeah.
mess with all the pieces and break
exactly.
the
No, I
stuff,
exactly. And I think I respect that and I appreciate
Yep.
it. Hopefully she never gets rid of it, but if she does, we'll try to get a copy of the remake, which I'll grab here in a second.
It's chunkier.
Do you have a I'll wait for his 100 cookies. Does he have a dedicated closet for all of his HeroQuest?
Yeah, so in our kind of like above our pantry, he has like all the HeroQuest and D&D stuff up there.
Nice.
For some reason, that's also where they keep the coffee, so it always smells like coffee.
Okay, well.
The contention is this is Bonnie's like coffee. This is in the kitchen, right? This is a cabinet in the kitchen. And it used to have a lot more space in there for coffee and all this other stuff. And like, I think I'm down to where if I get one more expansion, like she's going to have to put her coffee stuff somewhere else.
She's going to have to move her coffee.
Well, you could just build a cabinet. I know you can do stuff like that. I've seen you make stuff.
I don't have space for that though. That's the problem.
Put it in your storm shelter just in case.
Or she can put the coffee in the storm shelter.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like that. This is a little more valuable than the coffee, but
I could see the headlines now. Family found in storm shelter after 3 days, still playing HeroQuest.
So you can kind of see that the art is different, but it's meant to be
still has
very
that
similar,
heavy fantasy kind of nostalgia feel to it for sure.
Then, so they changed a couple of the characters' looks, but like if you could see the elf it's hard for me she's right here. So they made the female elf, which is fine, I guess. I mean, I don't necessarily care about that. I don't want them to go so PC with it all that they just lose what's fun about it. But so the box is bigger and chunkier. It has a lot more from that perspective. I didn't show the original, but this is like the Zargon little, screen. So nobody can see the quests and everything. Oh, here's the dice. So here's the I should have shown the original dice with the bunny. I may pull that out in a minute.
Evil bunny.
So this is what would be the bunny on the old one, but it just doesn't work with this. But it's got, so that's let me go back to it. That's the shield for the bad guys. They have to roll that to defend, and then that's the shield for the heroes. They have to roll that to defend, and then there's three that have the skulls, and that's a hit. So everybody uses the same dice. And here's the black one I was talking about. So
nice.
Yeah, just and then there's the different ones, like there's an orange one for one quest and whatever. So they have different versions. This is the Abomination, who replaced the Femir.
Oh, I see.
He's bigger.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah, he's bigger, but the stats are the same. And 100 cookies.
Die.
You might have to help me, but
yes,
there's a creature on Secret of Mana that's a little aquatic creature that like throws javelins, and that's what it kind of reminds me of, but just bulkier and scarier.
I want to remember the name.
Anyway, I should be able to think of that, but I can't come up with it.
I know what you're talking about.
I
Kinda
just
reminds me
realized
of
that I can put your camera on,
nice.
zoom in on your camera. So
Let me grab those other dice real quick, and then I'll show you some more here.
yeah.
Oh, let me get this on there.
Yeah, we want to see the evil bunny.
I want to see
Yeah,
it
I'm
too.
gonna show you the bunny. Gotta see the bunny.
Haven't seen that in person yet.
Oh, I should mention too, because I had printed these off on the online and on the app. There are some actual other quests that you can only get that way that aren't part of anything. So here's one that's printed off, for example. I mean, you would be able to see the whole thing, but this one is actually meant to be kind of once you finish the original quests, it's supposed to transition you into Kellar's Keep, I think.
Yeah.
So they have, so there's some other stuff online too that you can get that's official, which official or unofficial, like it's all kind of fun to me. Like I actually like to play some of the homemade stuff. I think that would be kind of fun. Let me pull out these dice so you can see the bunny.
A little while ago, I started my my own HeroQuest campaign. We never really got too far through it, but it was pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You can carry your character into the further quests, right? So
Yes.
yeah, you can keep your level, you can keep your gold, keep your treasures that you found, and all that. So yeah, okay.
It's a campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's an armory. I'll show you in the original. There's this armory. So between quests, you can purchase different weapons and stuff. So while you don't maybe level up like you would in D&D or something like that, you can become a little bit stronger and have some more strength or more attributes that you didn't have before. And so in the remake, they don't have the armory set up like that, but they have it as equipment cards. So it's the same thing. Though, it has a price, and sometimes you can find some of those items in quests. So
I actually kind of like the idea of having a card better because it's in front of you then.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Helps you remember you've actually got it.
Here's
I remember him.
The black shield, but then when you flip it over, it's supposed to be the evil bunny.
Yeah.
And that's they kind of changed that, which is a bummer. But
with a mohawk, mohawk or something.
Evil mohawk bunny. Let's see what's next. Hold on. Oh, and I don't think I really showed it on the remake, but this is another little homemade, fan-made thing. There's actually a foam inserts that I have in the box that aren't part of the original. And I bought those on Amazon, or maybe somebody bought it for me. But
it's your birthday present.
Yeah, it was a birthday present, so it's kind of fits in there nicely, But that was something that somebody else made, some company made, and
to protect all the pieces.
Yeah, it just kind of it keeps it in there nice because. Originally, it's in this plastic thing that you kind of have to pop out, and it kind of pops in and pops back out. It's kind of difficult to play, to mess with. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's kind of an annoying thing. So let's see. Oh, I shouldn't have taken the box apart yet. So here's this is the extra thing, the thing that I spent all that money just to get.
Nice.
It has certain contents that you just couldn't get anywhere else, and then sometimes people are selling just this box alone for several hundred $100 as well.
That's crazy.
Too much money.
And then so you got this little box inside, and it's got the cards are falling out on me. It's got all the gender swaps of the characters plus Sir Ragnar right here. So we play with the male elf, so the female elf is actually back in this box. But we don't. Nobody really wants to use the female characters in our house. So even Bonnie's like, no, it just feels forced. I don't want. Like she likes to play. She likes the barbarian, and she just feels like, no, this is forced. Why am I playing with a female barbarian?
This is gonna get flagged so bad.
I'll show you.
Monetizing this video.
Just edit that out, right?
That's funny.
What is this? A druid? So this little girl, this chick is a druid. I don't know how well you can see her, but She's a druid. She's got some spells.
Does she shapeshift into
I
a
don't know,
panther?
actually. No, I don't think quite
Man.
that.
Pretty
I'm only
specific.
playing it if she can shapeshift.
Oh, you know what?
No way.
Yes.
That's typical for druids, is
There
being
you
able
go.
to shapeshift.
There you go.
That's like
And
their
then-
whole shtick in fantasy games.
I'd be the druid.
And then you got
Druid.
this warlock chick.
Nice. Locks are
And
fun.
then here's the I should show you, like, okay, so here's the druid card, just so you can kind of see the art. Sorry about all the
Nice.
glare. I can't really. I have them in sleeves, so
Yeah.
it kind of glares a little bit. And then well, let me find one for the warlock real quick. Here's a warlock card, so you can kind of see what she looks like. Kinda. And then maybe I should take it out of the sleeve. Here's the bard. So he's,
Nice.
he's
singing.
an orc, Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
And-
who Leo plays the most.
he's there he is.
Ah.
So he's
Cool.
got some special skills
I need
like
to read the lore on that guy.
lullaby. So he's got some fun stuff. I think Leo has played with him before.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that's his main.
yeah. So that's kind of that little deal. And then let me see what other. Let me just put this to the side here. I'll put all this up later.
Now that you said that all came in that special box.
That was the
That's-
mythic
okay.
tier for the
Yeah.
crowdfunding that you could only get. And man, like, I don't know that I'm the kind of person that would sell something like that for $1,000, on eBay. But
I think it's one of those things, though. If all of the other listings were $1,000 and you were like, "Oh, we'll show it for
I mean-
700," I mean, come on,
Yeah,
why would you do
yeah.
that?
and you spend 150, yeah, you just made some money. So
Right.
I'm positive that had I been a part of the crowdfunding, I probably would have bought at least 2.
Yeah,
I probably would have spent $300, if not maybe 3 sets, and then maybe given one to him and then sold the other one or something, or sent one
Right.
up to Indiana. I don't know. I probably would have done something like that. Let me see what else we got here. You know what? So much. Okay, so this doesn't show anything but just a box, but I was talking about the monk, the different characters.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
So there's just
okay.
this little box, and there's that one, and then the rogue heir of Elathorn. I actually have the characters
Oh,
in
cool.
the main game, or at least, yeah, I think I have them both.
That's some
in the main game.
cool
Nice.
design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They actually did a really good job with all that. And so the original 2 expansions were Return of the Witch Lord and Kellar's Keep. I don't know which came out first, but I know they came out in the same year, so I don't know which one was actually first. But these are the ones that came with
Okay.
the different tiers, regardless, and then you could buy them, of course, separately at the store. But exactly, again, remakes of the original, same thing.
Nice.
They just aren't changing a whole lot, if anything at all. There may be some things that they're changing, and I haven't gotten too far into all of them because it wasn't that long ago that I finally finished the original quest book. And so with here at home, we started into the First Light just because it's still kind of the original, but they've changed some of it. So I wanted to play through that. And then I have a group of friends. We've only played once, but they're interested in playing again. Two brothers that are from church that they came over, and their sons who are his age. So we all played, and but they've already hit me up again, like, hey, let's do that again. So it sounds, and these guys are older than me, so they're well past the 10, 11 demographic age. So it's a fun game all around.
Sure.
But the two Tomlinson brothers, they and one of them used to be a missionary in Thailand, just for the sake of throwing that out there. So pretty cool. But
I actually had one of my friends, one of the sons of one of those guys, text me about playing again too.
Yeah, so they were interested in playing. So the kind of thing that maybe not all the time, but every now and then get some people together and let's just play, and you can make it what you want. what you want to do. And I have a lot more. You can see all the expansions back here. I know you can't see the
Yeah.
details, but
Use that.
there's still 1, 2, 3,
Stacks.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 of them there,
Good Lord.
including the first light. I should show that one actually, at least.
First light's been fun so far.
And I may still show a couple more just for the sake of. And you can look all this stuff up online for people who are interested. But this is the first light. So this is the remake of the remake. Essentially. You can
And
see
this is
how
the one
much-
you can get at Target, you said?
Yeah, you can get it at Target.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
It's much smaller. I'll show you some of the details here. But I thought it was a cool idea, because I know people who, depending upon where you get it, the main game, the remake, you're going to spend anywhere from $100 to $135.
Yeah.
You might be able to find it cheaper, especially if you get a used copy. But a brand new copy, no. It has this cool dragon. Who is?
Oh.
And he does come up pretty often in the quest.
He's recurring.
And I haven't really broken this out because we haven't used the pieces other than the dragon, so everything's still pretty boxed up.
Oh, okay.
But the board, if I can open it, because it actually folds up into like 8 pieces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or 6 pieces. I'm sorry, but I don't know if I can. how well I
6
can
to
show.
8 pieces.
6 to 8.
Oh, that's neat.
That's the back side. It has the other. So it opened it up a little bit, so you could get some more,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
more
cool.
in there. So they
I like the
really cool
two-sided board idea. That's
Yeah.
Smart.
stuff. Figure this out later.
It's gonna be.
I couldn't get it back together, but let me see. Let me show a couple other things here. So this is the Wizards of Morcar, which again was originally a remake of an original expansion that originally was only released in Europe, and that I somehow happened to get a pre-order, before everybody else.
right.
You can go to entertainmentearth.com and it will, at least as of Thursday, it still showed pre-order.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's got a lot of cool. I mean, you can see just some of the cool stuff they're doing, not just basic stuff, but there's a lot of fun characters. Some of these quest packs have like rangers and things you can hire, mercenaries you can hire. I mean, it gets bigger, it gets broader.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm excited to see how it goes. So it's not just the same thing over and over again, but they're actually put a lot of thought into
Expanding
create.
it.
And again, most of these things are originals. So I've got these two are actually not. These two are original. They were not remakes before.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
They were not expansions before. I'm sorry. So Jungles of Delthrak, buy the dice separately. Rise of the Dread Moon, which I've got here.
So with these expansions, especially with the original new content, do you have to own the original, or could you just say, hey, I'm going to get into this, and like, does it have everything you need to play?
No, you
other
have
than
to
the
have the base game. The only one that
Okay.
would be the exception would be the First Light, because it is essentially the base game.
Got it.
But all
So
the
does it-
other are just purely expansions.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Yeah. Let me see what else here. And then some of these are original. These were original expansions, but they were called different things. So this one would have been the Barbarian Quest Pack, for example.
Okay.
But it's called, and it may have had Against the Ogre Horde as a separate title or as a secondary title originally. I don't know.
Okay.
But it was originally called the Barbarian Quest Pack. And there's one that's called, or was called, this one was originally called the Elf Quest Pack. But if you recall, there's a game called Elf Quest.
Oh yeah.
And so there were some legal issues with the name back in the day.
Mhm.
So I think that caused them some problems back then.
That's
Yeah.
that was the comic
Oh.
ElfQuest, right?
Wasn't there
There was-
either
there- I think there was
computer
a
video
Oh,
game
yeah.
or maybe on
Okay.
PlayStation or something? And it's so cool though, because the doors, I didn't show the doors, but you can see, and same thing with the remake and everything. The doors are these just nice, solid plastic. All the
Oh,
furniture
Yeah.
is really nice. It's not cheap. It's not flimsy.
Mm.
It's very well made. It's very durable. And you're just expanding here. You're just getting so much more fun stuff. I'm kind of going through the whole thing now. I guess I might as well run the gamut.
You got a few more
There's
left.
frozen horse. So now we've got like a frozen icy tundra
Cool.
type deal, which again I believe, yeah, no,
Oh,
this
that's
was
got
an
the dice,
original.
too.
This was an original expansion.
Nice.
And then you can see like you got these really cool ice creatures and stuff that you're fighting against. Ice doors. I mean, I want an ice door.
Yeah, this guy
That's
is
awesome.
actually, I think he's like 4 tiles big.
Yeah, let me pull it out
Wow.
actually.
Yeah,
'cause
he's
that's
pretty cool.
Ah, come here.
Bigger than the dragon. Yeah.
And I haven't punched any of these things out yet because I haven't gotten to them. So I'm just trying to I'm kind of waiting until I get there. Oh yeah, you can see the dice.
Dice are cool.
So you got these nice, really cool blue dice.
Nice
Ooh.
ice
Yeah,
dice.
nice
They're
ice dice.
Transparent.
So that one came with a dice.
Yes, there are some that did. Thankfully,
Yeah, this thing's so cool.
they didn't cheap out on all of them. But yeah, look at this guy, man. Like, don't want to see him in a.
He's a beefy
Well, I don't see
boy.
him anywhere.
Ever.
Yeah. Oh, even on the bottom, he's got the.
Oh, neat.
Should have been the bunny.
Yeah, they should have left the bunny on there, right? And so
Snow
let
bunny.
me grab these last 2 or 3 that are over here.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, so these boxes are smaller and they are a little cheaper comparatively. And I'm trying to remember. I actually think so that extras box that I spent that extra money to get, I actually think they have all 3 of these in there.
Oh,
But they don't have, this is a fuller set. So I technically have 2 of these. But this is the Prophecy of Telor. And if you can see, like the front is kind of
Ooh,
holographic-y, kind of
Yeah.
cool. And it's that
shiny.
way on the back too. So I guess that makes it difficult to see on a video, but
sparkly.
still
Blessing
really
and a
cool.
curse.
So I got that one.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And then
There's a little bit of
Spirit-
a lag. Okay, you're good.
Uh-oh. Good.
I think
Yeah,
you're
So
good.
then
Yeah.
I've got the Spirit Queen's Torment. So same thing, kind of hollow
Yeah.
thing. And then you can just see all the fun little cool creatures and new cards and new abilities.
Neat.
And as I've stated, you can get online and there's people, Etsy, eBay, Amazon, people have made and maybe other websites too. People have made all kinds of cool.
Yeah, with 3D
Um,
printing nowadays.
yeah, you can do-
just-
Yeah. Well,
Sky's the
even
limit.
cards, just the cards though. Here's new abilities for these characters or whatever.
Huh.
Sure.
I was
Wonder
looking
how
at
you
some
get
on
into
eBay the other day, and they're nice quality. They're just as good a quality, from what I can tell, I should say,
Hmm.
as what you would actually get with the game. And then this is the last one. So this one also came with the mythic tier, but when they released this one, it didn't say, how do you say that? Joe
Guy.
Manganiello. It's like his
Okay.
name at the top here.
Okay.
And it didn't say that. So I think they might have added that. So you can kind of see, and I'll pull out a couple of cards. They did a little bit different with the art,
Okay.
Hmm.
which I read on the app. People were complaining about it, but I thought, no, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it
you
was
know?
cool.
In fact, this is the one that I got the black dice out of. So I'm like, I'm using the black dice. Like, that's pretty rad. I'm definitely going to be using that regardless of whether I'm playing this expansion. So I didn't show the
Whoa.
original character sheets, but they made these character sheets look a little different just for this
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
particular deal. The cards, hold up.
Yeah, those look nice.
You can just kind of see like how cool that is.
Oh,
I
neat.
think, I
Yeah,
think
okay.
it's cool, and they're hollow too. they just, I thought it was kind of a cool idea just to kind of do something different.
Oh,
And the dragon for this one is pretty rad too.
I don't know if I've seen this. He's one tile. That's
So I
crazy.
technically have two copies of this guy.
great.
You know, so I haven't fought him yet. I don't know what he does, but I'm excited to see how that goes. But yeah, man. So that's all the expansions and that's all the stuff that I have. There are other things out there that you can buy, and I've only
for $700.
yeah what Commander of the Guardian Knights is the only like extra characters that I don't have, and I'm not spending $750 on that. Somebody asked me, what would you spend? I like maybe 150 just from a collector's perspective,
Right.
you know, which is like 10 times more than retail, but I'm not spending, you know, that much money. That's crazy.
Sure.
Hey, if you got it and you want to spend it, go for it, but it's just not me, you know. To spend that kind of money on something like that. And then the dice, some of the dice I don't have, but everything else I have all the expansions at this point.
That's cool, man.
And all the stuff, and I'm going to continue. It's just I don't collect a lot of things. This is my collection. I don't have a lot of other things that I like. Oh, I got to have that. This is the one thing that I'm like, oh, a new thing came out for HeroQuest. I got to buy it. So that's my one little, you know, fun thing that I do, and probably continue to do that as long as I'm able. Yeah, so fun, such a good game. Definitely recommend it. You can make it whatever you want to make it. You can make it simple. You can be sticklers about the rules, or you can just open it up and just do what you can add characters. Because again,
it's female elf.
You could be a female elf. So when we played, I was talking about having these guys over to play. I mean, so there's two of us, and then what, 4 of them at least, and then I don't know if there was anybody else involved in that. So like
Leo was playing too.
Oh yeah, so Leo played too. So I mean, I had all the little extra characters. It was just like pick one, and we're just all gonna play. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's only 4 heroes. No, we're gonna play.
That's
you know, I'm not gonna go easy on you if you got 7 people, but you know, it's fun. It's fun. So
nice.
Yeah, and you can make your own story and your own.
Yeah, you can make your own quests.
Do your own thing.
Yeah,
if you're good at it, it's a lot of fun.
And then all the homebrewed stuff that's out there, you could play forever.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, nice little nostalgia hit.
Yeah.
Definitely. Loving that artwork from, you know, that 80s kind of barbarian heavy metal type thing going on there. Definitely digging that.
And look up the old commercials. Those are fun too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and I think so that video I sent you about what's great about HeroQuest, it's a great video, and I'm almost positive that was Encyclo a few years ago doing that video. But they showed the British, or I don't know if it's European only or just British only, but they showed a British version of the commercial. So the one that I saw growing up was not the British. So they were capitalizing on the kid who said broadsword. He's like, broadsword. Broadsword. But so it didn't quite sound like that, the ones that I saw, but definitely look those up. Those are fun to watch too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Will do.
All right. I love it.
Cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
So what were the websites that they could find and look up HeroQuest?
Okay, so Hasbro Pulse, but they don't have all the stuff on there anymore like they used to, but I don't know if they will or won't keep up with that. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's where you know, it's their stuff anyway. So and then Amazon, and you can go to Hasbro Pulse on Amazon as well. But if you just type in HeroQuest on Amazon, eBay, you can buy brand new or used stuff. Entertainment Earth is a website that I just happened to come across, but it's a heavy, like, nerdy gaming. They have all kinds of fun stuff on there from all kinds of things on there. So that's kind of a fun website to check out. But I kind of use that now to kind of try to keep up and make sure I'm not missing something. Because, for example, this new one, they have it on there, you know, whereas other websites don't have it. So those are the ones that I frequent. I can't really think of any others. I know GameStop was selling these things as well at one point in time. I don't know if they're still.
If you can find a GameStop anymore.
Right.
Well, we have one still.
We have a few.
Ours is
Target has the First Light and also the Path of the Wandering Monk, at least online.
Cool.
At least online, not in the store. They have First Light in the store, but the little monk characters I've only seen online, but they do
Okay.
seem to have them. So
Okay.
otherwise, I'm not sure, but I bet it's out there in a lot of different gaming places. So
Google it.
Google it.
Yeah.
Just
Figure it
Google.
out for yourself.
Yeah. Well, if to our listeners and viewers, if you have further questions or would like to reach out to us, you can email us at redeemedotaku@gmail.com. You can also join our Discord. We'll try to be a little bit more lively there with some more interaction as far as, I don't want to say immediate, but you're more likely
Pretty more immediate than
yeah,
any of
I
the
get
other
that
platforms.
notification right
Yeah.
away. I'm like, oh, who's this? Who's chatting
Right.
with me? Yeah. So yeah, so you can, and I'll put all the links to everything in the description here. But also if you are so inclined to support the show, which we are not sponsored by any of the websites or brands that you heard here, but we'll gladly take any monetary support. You can join our Patreon, which again, the link will be in the description. And I'd like to give a big thank you to our two patrons, Bransbo and the Monster Island Film Vault, for their continued support.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I think that's it. Any last words from Encyclo?
No, I think we've definitely scratched that HeroQuest itch.
Yeah,
I bet
definitely that
I
nerdy
bet you
itch.
that there might be a HeroQuest game going on at Jere the Bear's house this
evening.
afternoon.
Let's do it.
Yeah. How about you, 100 Cookies? Do you have any last words, anything to promote?
Just say play HeroQuest because it's fun.
Play Hero.
Play it.
Just do it.
Yes. And then how about you, Jere the Bear? Any last words or anything else you would like to promote?
I would just say keep hero questing and meow.
And always remember, the family that slays together stays together.
Nice. Well, on that note, redeem your love for anime and all things nerdy by turning back to the truth found only in God's Word. Say goodbye, Encyclo.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, 100 Cookies.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Jere the Bear.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.